If you have any health and fitness goals this year and you are exercising and you are dieting and you are doing all the things, you're buying all the supplements and things are moving, but maybe they are moving slower than you want them to, and you are into witchcraft, then I want to share with you something that might be the bridge to your success. And it is called Glamour Magick. I am obsessed with it. Glamour Magick, in my opinion, is one of the first forms of magic that we should start exploring, because Glamour Magick helps to improve us from the inside out. And anything that we want in life, if we're trying to be successful, if we're trying to attract a partner, be healthy, get the job, whatever it may be, manifest something new, typically there needs to be a shift in energy and identity. And this is where Glamour Magick comes into play. I'm going to talk into this because I realized that my shirt was making some kind of ruffly thing, so I hope this doesn't distract you. But let's get back into it. So Glamour Magick is about altering our perception about ourselves, our self-image, who we think we are, and it bridges the gap for us to become who we need to be to be successful, to find a healthy, loving relationship, to manifest more money, to improve our health, and to, yes, get in shape. Because if you continue to see yourself as somebody who, I've tried everything, I've done everything, I've been doing this for like 10, 15 years, I've been dieting, I've tried every kind of exercise routine, I've tried all the supplements, I've done all the things out here. And yes, maybe I identified some of my triggers. Maybe I don't binge eat as much as I used to. Maybe you've done a little bit of identity work. You're going to love Glamour Magick because it's going to help you become more fit through symbolism. But not just through symbolism, through intention, through energy, and through subconscious anchors, which we will get into in this video. I'm going to break it all down for you on how to do Glamour Magick to get in shape. I took a lot of notes before this video. There's a lot that I definitely want to be sure that I say. So if I happen to look down here, I hope that doesn't bother you, but I wanted to make sure that I really drove home like all the key points to Glamour Magick in regards to getting in shape. So let's get into it. But before we do, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Christina. I am the founder of Awaken Magic Within. I help to bridge magic and witchcraft and manifestation with neuroscience and psychology, because they really do all blend together. So if you are into these things, then definitely be sure to subscribe to this channel. Historically, Glamour Magick was meant to cast charms and to influence people. But at its core, Glamour Magick is not about manipulation or like pulling one over anybody. If anything, it's pulling one over our old identity. It's about shaping how you see yourself and how you show up in the world. And that's why it is perfect and should be applied towards all of your health and fitness goals. When it comes to fitness, your behavior follows your self-worth. If deep down you believe, I'm inconsistent, I hate working out, I always quit, I've tried everything, I'm just not athletic, I'm in too much pain. You have all these excuses. Some might be valid, but some might be old stories holding you back. Your brain will look for evidence to prove that that is true. That's just how our subconscious mind works. So this is not like spiritual fluff. It's not woo-woo. It's not, fairy airy stuff. It's actual neuroscience. Your brain filters reality based on who it thinks you are. So if you want a new identity, then you're going to have to create new habits. Glamour Magick helps you embody that identity before the results show up. And that's why it is so powerful and one of my favorites to start with, because you are embodying, you are becoming the identity. And by doing so, you are going to naturally create better habits, better behaviors, better mindset. Things are just going to naturally happen in your life. You're going to be able to manifest things a lot easier because you are becoming before you are getting. And this is why it works so well with getting fit. So most people try to change behavior through willpower. I'll be motivated this time. I've been there. I'll try harder. I'll start on Monday. I've also been there. But willpower does fade. I knew my cat was going to come here. But when you are in an identity and when you do embody the person that you need to be, that's what sticks. Let me get my cat down real quick. When you pair workouts with rituals, intentional rituals, such as a certain scent, a certain color, certain posture, specific affirmations, you're creating what's called neuroassociations. Psychology calls it associative conditioning, but witchcraft calls it correspondences. It's the same principle, it's just a different language. And how this works in a nutshell is every time that you wear a certain color, you light a certain candle color, you apply a certain scent, maybe you draw a certain sigil, anytime you can link something, whether it is a color, a scent, even a talisman, a specific hair tie, a bracelet, anything like that, to connecting to you getting in shape and to you working out and getting motivated and eating better. Anytime you can connect the tool to the outcome, that becomes the subconscious anchor. It tells your subconscious and your nervous system, like, oh, this is who I'm becoming now. This is who I'm working towards, like being this healthy, strong, fit, confident person who loves herself and who loves her body. Now let's get into how to do glamour magic for fitness, like how to actually do it. I'm going to refer to my notes a lot here because I don't want to miss anything. So let's just stay on course. Step one is you are going to choose an identity. Before you touch a candle, decide who you are becoming. Your goal isn't to just be like, I'm becoming thinner or smaller or anything like that. It's, I am becoming stronger, more disciplined, radiant, magnetic. I am becoming consistent. I am somebody who feels confident in her skin, even if I'm not in the body that I want to be in yet, right? So write one sentence, I am becoming the woman who, and then fill that in. The sentence is your glamour intention. So I'm becoming the woman who is motivated to go to the gym. I am the woman who is disciplined. I am the woman who always follows through. I am strong and healthy and always doing the best that I can to work towards my goal, whatever it may be and whatever comes to mind. Then step two is you're going to choose your correspondences. So we're going to layer in symbolism here. Pick one color to represent this new identity. So you can pick red for strength. You can pick orange for confidence. You can pick green for vitality or health. You can pick pink for self-love and compassion. For me, when I work out, I personally love to wear black because I feel like I'm just badass and strong and tough. And like I take my workouts more seriously when I'm in black. It's interesting, but there is a psychology to color. Colors can help with different emotions. They can help to elevate your mood or they can help to calm you down. There's an actual science to it. But for me, like especially when I'm working out, I get my best workouts in when I'm in black and not like pink and purple. But anyways, you're going to choose one color and commit to it for at least 30 days. The subconscious mind loves consistency, repetition, frequency. It loves like for things to look and feel the same multiple days in a row. So the more often that you can do something, the more frequently that you can do something, the quicker you will rewire your subconscious and the quicker you will shift your identity. And then you're going to pick one scent. So you can do peppermint for energy, citrus for motivation, eucalyptus for vitality, or like for me personally, I love to mix peppermint and citrus together. You can get creative, look into what different scents correspond with, but you typically want something that's going to correspond with like energy, confidence, motivation, like something to really get you going. And the thing is that this particular scent is only going to be used during your workout. So only on the days that you are working out, that you want to work out, you're going to correspond and connect to that scent. And that scent is going to be like the messenger to your subconscious that, oh, we are getting into serious mode here. We're about ready to work out. We're going to work our butts off. And it really does get you energetically in the mode to do your best, to connect to that person that is becoming stronger, healthier, more fit, more confident, and in love with herself and her body. And then if you want to add a crystal, like I love crystal bracelets, or you could just put a little crystal in your bra or crystal like in your gym bag, like whatever you want to do with crystals. But carnelian is really good for motivation. Rose quartz is good for body compassion, also self-love. And then green aventurine or any green crystal is really good for health. Keep it simple and remember that repetition is what makes things powerful. Now, step 3 is the 3-minute pre-workout glamour ritual. So before you work out, don't just throw your shoes on and drag yourself to the gym. Really pause, be mindful, be present, come in with intention, light your candle, apply your scent on your wrist or wherever you apply it, stand in front of the mirror and shift your posture intentionally. Put your shoulders back. My gosh, my cat is bringing in his little string worm thing. If you watched my Instagram stories, you'll see him on there. But he carries this thing all throughout the house and he pretends like he's giving us a gift, which is the cutest thing. But anyways, so you can light your candle, be intentional, apply your scent, stand in front of the mirror, shift your posture. I think I already went into all that. And then you say, I move like a woman who respects her body. My body responds to consistency. I am powerful in my skin. Whatever kind of comes to mind to you that day, say it, repeat it, be very intentional about it. Don't just say the words, but like really feel it and mean it. Because you are not waiting to feel confident after you get in shape. I think we've all been there of like, when I lose this 10 pounds, then I will like do this or feel this way. Or when I make $1 million, then I will do this and feel this way. I think a lot of people kind of really miss out on beautiful moments in their own transformational journey in life when they use the, when I achieve this, then I'll be happy. Though if you can really practice just not waiting to like feel confident until you are in better shape, like it's going to make such a huge difference in your mindset and in your energy and how you approach your health and fitness goals. Because anytime I have ever approached health and fitness from a place of like not loving my body, it really backfired on me. But when I approached it of like being like a goddess, like being like, I'm doing this, like I'm going for it, and I love and accept in my body where it was, I was able to get much better workouts and see much better results quicker. So your nervous system responds to rehearsal. The brain doesn't fully distinguish between vividly imagined identity and lived identity. So you are priming it by saying, you know, like, I'm confident now, I'm not waiting. This is who I am. This is who I am becoming. I'm not trying to be this person. I am this person. And then after you do all of this, then you're going to move. You're going to move your body. You're going to exercise. You're going to get the best workout of your life. And now step 4, this is glamour during your workout. So this is where most people sabotage themselves. They work out while internally criticizing themselves. I actually just talked about this on a podcast I was on last week. When I am at the gym, I am constantly saying, I am in control of this weight. I'm showing this weight. Who is boss? Whereas like years ago, decades ago, I would go to the gym and like look at my stomach or look at my arms or look at the cellulite on my legs, and my mind wouldn't be in this positive place. It would be in this place of like ripping myself apart. And that's really not productive. It won't really get you far. It'll push you a little bit in the beginning, right? Because typically we want to move away from pain, right? And we want to move towards like our goals, but it's not really sustainable to stay in that place. So this is where most people sabotage themselves. They criticize themselves as they're working out. So instead, you're going to narrate your identity. So when it gets hard, think, this is what discipline feels like. This is what self-respect looks like. This is me becoming stronger, healthier, fitter. I am so proud of myself for being here in the gym today. I am going to dedicate this time to getting in the best workout that I can. I'm going to show myself what I'm made of, right? Talk to yourself really positive while you are at the gym, and try not to judge and criticize and hyperly focus on all of the areas and all of the things that might not look or feel how you want them to look or feel yet. So every rep becomes symbolic. You're not just exercising, you are reinforcing who you are. By you showing up and doing those behaviors and staying in that positive mindset, the more often that you can do that, the quicker your identity is going to change. And the quicker your identity changes, the quicker your habits and behaviors change. Just the faster things move in your life. And then step 5 is we are going to seal it. So after your workout, don't rush off. You're going to blow out the candle intentionally. You're going to say, it is done. I showed up. And then this completion is what builds the confidence. The confidence is what keeps you consistent, and the consistency is ultimately what will change your body. Now, if you're somebody like me who doesn't work out at home, you work out at a gym, obviously don't leave any candles unattended. If you do use any kind of essential oils on your wrists, definitely do like a little spot check first just to make sure that you're not allergic to it, that it doesn't like burn you or anything. And anytime you do apply oils, you want to use something like an almond oil or any kind of carrier oil to dilute the strength and the potency of those essential oils. So after your workouts, just seal everything in, feel that accomplishment, say it is done, I'm so proud of myself, and then go on from there. Now, once a week, if you have time, which hopefully you do, like on Sundays or during a new moon, do some reflection. Ask yourself, like, how did I do this week? Where did I act like my new identity? Where did I slip into the old one? And it's not about judgment or criticism or shame or frustration. It's just about awareness and honesty and compassion, because you're changing your identity, and your subconscious always wants to keep you in the old identity, the identity that it identifies with you. And so have just some compassion and some patience for yourself as you are shifting your identity and you are doing this new energetic work alongside your fitness routines. And when you sit down to do this like reflection, use a candle, use a scent, have kind of like an identity statement and be consistent with it. You don't want to tie the scent or the color that you used with working out to this reflection, this like reflection ritual once a week. So maybe just pick like white or pick silver or gray, pick a different color, even dark purple. Pick a different color that is associated with like reflection, and use a scent that is also not going to be associated with your workouts as well. So now let's wrap it up. So I know a lot of people, including myself, admittedly, I love the aesthetics of witchcraft. I love a good video on, crystals and candles and the whole vibe. It's so relaxing. It's like so empowering. I'm like, yes, girl, like do that ritual, right? But the real magic is inside of us. We don't really need a lot of things to change and transform our lives and to change and transform ourselves. But the tools, the candle colors, the scents, the symbolism, the intention, the visualization, the repeated affirmations and mantras, those are subconscious anchors that truly do work and help you stay connected to any goal that you are wanting to manifest. Glamour Magick works for fitness because it shifts you from trying to get in shape to becoming the embodied version of you that will naturally get in shape. When identity shifts, behavior shifts. When behavior shifts, then action shifts. And when action shifts, those become habits, and then your habits become who you are. So I hope that all made sense. Continue to eat really good, continue to move your body, but maybe in between those meals, when you are feeling emotional or stressed and you're wanting to like eat all the things, or in between the days where you're not working out and you're like hating on your body, this is the perfect time to do Glamour Magick, to create a ritual to connect you and keep you connected to who you are becoming. So maybe in between the days, pick a different color that corresponds with confidence or motivation, and pick a different scent and pick a different symbol and a different mantra for those in between days. And you can also use makeup for Glamour Magick. You can, I don't really, I'm not a big makeup wearer. You can use different rings and jewelry and hair tie. Like, it doesn't have to actually be like glamour-ish. It just has to be more about embodying and having some kind of like anchor that when you wear it or when you see it or when you smell it, it is sending that message to your subconscious mind that this is who I am. So I hope that this really helps. Let me know if you're going to try some Glamour Magick to help you get in shape.